REBNY is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, event in New York City real estate. So what makes you come back year after year, and what are you looking forward to today?
You know what? It's like an annual marker in all of our lives. Once a year, after all the work and all the effort, you get to just be with people and spend time with them and be able to really enjoy each other. Exactly right. Yeah. Enjoy each other, have that camaraderie that really, because of what we do, we all connect with each other as to, every day we know what we're toiling in. Yeah. And I think that makes it such a wonderful event.
I love being here tonight because it's the absolute place to be. It's the who's who of the real estate industry, the who's who of the business community, and the who's who of not only New York City, but New York State. And these are the folks that are making our economy thrive. And it's the investment that is being created here in New York City and New York State, across the nation, that is helping our economy to grow, the job creation and economic development. It's all a part of really who we are as a city and as a state.
I love seeing old friends. I love listening to all the lies. And occasionally we're actually able to advance a deal by being in this room, which is obviously the ultimate prize.
The more intriguing things of 2018, it has to be Amazon. It has to be some discussion on retail rent control, which is very surprising. So I would say those things. Infrastructure with the L, of course, but.
Well, I think we unfortunately sometimes don't get the credit that we deserve for growing our economy, creating jobs, paying taxes, being involved with philanthropy. So that's one of the things that I'm going to be working on next year, including also diversifying, creating more opportunities for women and minorities and people of color to get into the real estate industry, because it's a fantastic industry with, as you can see, a broad range of people and who are committed to the city. That's the fundamental thing about our industry. You're committed to New York City.
I think we're going to see even more foreign investment. Last year was a return to normalization, if you will. We had $32 billion invested in the city. That's roughly the 10-year average, where in prior year we really had an off year. So I think 19, I'm looking to see if that trend continues. I think it will. That will be very healthy. Want to continue to see if the co-workers continue to take space the way that they have. There were 4.5 million feet of that 35 million feet. That was a very healthy percentage of the overall commitment. And I think they're here to stay, and I think they play an important role both for landlords and for tenants.
Well, 2019, good times are over. It's done. Not everyone's going to agree, whatever. You'll hear me say this. Good times are over. As we get through this year.
In what way?
On every metric of the markets globally, things are coming down.
So you're seeing a reset this year?
Sam Zell, grave dancer.
Yep.
His music is playing.
He's a harbinger, right?
His music is playing, and he's in cash. He's been in cash, he's been waiting, and my view is we started this year with the music on. Notel was built for crisis. The crisis is coming. We're ready. That's my prediction.
You know what, I think this is the year we're going to see the life science trend begin to crystallize in the city. We've always had the docks, the hospitals, and the academic centers. What we haven't had is the real estate to support them until Alexandria came in. Now I think we're beginning, because the city has really focused on it, and I think that focus has really energize the real estate community to support the life science community.
I think 2019 is going to be a year we're going to see a little bit of net rent increases. I think we're going to see some very special deals from the technology companies. Of course, what's happening in Long Island City is going to be special too with Amazon, and we'll see what happens around that. It's great for New York.
And then on the opportunity zones, everybody's talking about them. There's not a panel that you sit on that you don't ask the question.
Mind the pun, opportunity
Yes,
for real
yes.
estate.
But there's some demystification that's necessary because a lot of us don't know exactly what it means. So I would say I want to be a developer to the opportunity funds, but it also represents a new class of investor, family offices, individual investors, high net worth individuals that can access the markets, which for us, it's always good to have more opportunity to raise money with different folks. And so I'm really excited about it.
I think 2019, one of the big things we need to do as a region and as an industry is focus on making sure that we have the capacity to handle all the growth that we've had. So we need to make sure that our infrastructure is in a position where it can handle the amount of people, which right now is in an awful state, and it's going to require some tough decisions and some tough commitments from the community. Affordable housing is a big issue that we need to focus on throughout the region, and so I think that's an area that we're going to be focusing on.
I'd say the continued development of the West Side, Hudson Yards, and about 2 months ago, if not even 2 months ago, the City Council passed a resolution to get rid of the zoning that has been holding back the garment district for the last 30 years. And I think people are going to rediscover the garment center. You're going to see institutional buyers and owners coming into that area. They would never touch it before. They were afraid of doing things that were illegal. And I think that whole West Side is going to take off.
Well, I'd like to see a new country start to deploy some serious capital into the marketplace. Chinese institutional capital is not nearly as robust as it had been. That really created a huge uptick in the dollar volume of sales with a lot of larger transactions happening. But as happened cycle after cycle, decade after decade, when one country pulls back, another one steps in to fill in. We've seen periods of time where the Japanese were the dominant investor, and then the Germans, and then the Irish, and then the Chinese, and Canada has consistently been a huge supplier of capital to our market. I'm interested to see who the next big country is going to be, but I think that country will emerge sometime in 2019, and I'm looking forward to seeing that come to fruition.